I wanted that like fresh, classy, iconic, tasteful, flawlessly executed bop that is Baby Don't Stop. Howdy Meowers, I am Pinecone.
Hi, Pinecone and Meowers. I'm Devin, and once again, I feel like I say this a lot at the start of episodes, I was not laughing at your name. I thought of something funny.
Okay, well, is the funny thing any of the things we're talking about today?
Yeah, maybe, possibly.
Okay. What are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about August 2023 comebacks. There were a lot of them.
K-pop comebacks?
Well, of course. Who else has a comeback? Like
Japanese
a wrestler?
comebacks?
Oh. What is, like, I don't, who says don't call it a comeback? I feel like it's like, I have no clue.
What? I don't know.
I feel like it's part of a song, so you would think it was a singer, but also it sounds like it's like talking about some sort of wrestler that's like, oh, he just won a match after 20 years of being out of the ring.
Okay.
I have no clue.
I don't know what that's about.
Some
we have
of them
a
are
lot
Japanese
to
comebacks,
talk about. Yeah, and some of them are Japanese comebacks, but there's so much to talk about. We're talking about August K-pop comebacks, so we're going to just start right away with NINE.i. You know how long these can get, so we have a lot to say probably. There's a lot of groups and people we're discussing. Like I said, starting with NINE.i, let's go. How did you feel about either the New Mind album in general or their title track, Turn It Off?
Okay, Pinecone. Well, all that I have heard is their title track, Turn It Off. I did not check out the album. I've tried to check out the album for quite a few of these people or groups, but there was a lot. So, you know, I had to brace myself or whatever. I really like the song Turn It Off by NINE.i. I like their song Young Boy as well. I'm not super familiar with NINE.i's content, but so far I have really liked both of those songs. I think they're very catchy and fun to listen to. I did not like the styling, and by styling, I don't even mean the clothing. That's what some people might be thinking. What I mean is the hair and makeup. The hair and makeup was too much for me, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. And also the choreography, I was really like back and forth with this. It was touch and go. There's parts of the choreography where I'm like, I wish you wouldn't. And then there are other parts where I'm like, that's really nice. Yeah, the lift. Everyone knows how I feel about lifts in K-pop choreography. Most of the time, I don't like them. They end up being like kind of cringy to me. It's maybe a good way to put it. Like, you know, swings, helicopters, flowers.
Even flowers? Wow, you don't like fun.
Well, I mean, like, is that not what that is? It's like a flower blooming. So, yeah.
Have you seen 17 Fallen Flower, though? Just saying.
I probably haven't. It doesn't sound familiar. But yeah, so a lot of those things I end up thinking are a little bit cringy, but I really do like the little, like, turn it off, bop, 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 bop part that they do at the end in a line. That's fun. And, like, it kind of in general, I'm like, I think the choreography goes, and I like how, like, lighthearted and fun it is. But then also sometimes I'm like, no, it's too lighthearted and fun. I don't like it. Because everyone, if you guys don't know, I tend to like the really like more tough or hard hitting, but not all the way to like Stray Kids or ATs, but like the tougher hard hitting sort of concepts better in K-pop. So anytime it gets like a bit like lighter, my chance of liking it like automatically is more rare. There's a better way to say that, but
yeah.
How did you feel about it?
If any of you Meowers know anything about me, you know that I'm pretty much the opposite of that, and that anytime it's lighter, I'm like, oh yes. And if it's darker, it really depends on the execution or like boppability or choreography, anything. Like, it's, you know,
we're a perfect
don't prefer the darker style, generally speaking. So, I mean, if you are listening to this episode, hello. just ignore what Devin said because this comeback was everything to me. The styling, really, really great. The choreography, really, really fun. The songs, really, really good. Okay? The only thing that was unfortunate about this comeback was, well, the lack of promotion.
Ooh.
Like, the members were injured, the members were gone, the members got sick, their promotions were short, there wasn't any content, but there never really is content with NINE.i.
Ooh.
Like, it's just unfortunate that it can't really get recognition because they don't do enough with
Ooh.
it. Like, there's not enough going on. There were only, like, a couple performances and all those factors I just talked about.
That's rough. That's rough. But everyone, like, keep it in mind, you know? This sort of thing, like, this song made me more likely to be a fan, quote unquote, of NINE.i. You know, before I didn't really know them at all. And now it's like, oh, this is a second song that I really like from them. So even though I said what I said, like, it only improved my chances of, like, actually, you know, fully, like, becoming part of the fandom from them.
Well, so Turn It Off, I really liked it. It's so good. It's in like the Meowtro mix playlist, so you can listen to it there. And I just, you know, it's so fun. It's reminiscent of, like, Pentagon Naughty Boy concept, and, like, all the times groups have this styling that is like, wow, there's so much going on here, but it's just really fun. And that's the kind of thing I like because it's unique. And I really appreciate that the NINE.i members work on the songs. Like, for Turn It Off, Vaughn did, like, the lyrics and the composing. There were, like, a couple other people too this time, though, that he worked with, but they did a B-side, a little bit of promo for the song Power Up, and the two members, Vaughn and JIHYO, like, completely wrote the lyrics, and Vaughn did the entire, like, composing of the song himself. So that's really cool. And then all the other songs on the album are like that as well. And I think that you did see the Power Up stage, so you heard that song too, because that's the one when someone's shoe falls off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So I really like that song too. I think they make really good music. I do. I like their music. It's different.
I'm not surprised that they make good music. I feel like it makes sense for their vibe.
Okay. Well, that's all that we probably have time to say about NINE.i today, correct?
Yeah, we best move on.
Let's move on to the boys.
Okay, so Pinecone, how did you feel about their comeback, their album, and their title track, Lip Gloss?
Okay. I will start by talking about Lip Gloss, because that was the title track. And I will say, similar to NINE.i, the promo was just too short. Where are the lip gloss stages? I do not know. There are, like, what, 2? Maybe there's more
like
than that.
Their promos are always so short now.
They really are. Like, Whisper, I don't even know her.
I completely forgot about that one.
She was around for a while. Honestly, I feel like she was there more than Whisper was.
I literally thought Roar was the last time they had to come back.
No, it was.
Oh, so Whisper was before that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I still forgot about Whisper.
So yeah, they completely lack promo. And I'm just gonna say that the lyrics were bad and the music video was bad. Well, straight up bad. Okay, like the music video was like not. Like, I thought it was funny.
It's
like,
not your style.
It's not my style. Like, I thought it was like made well, and I guess, and the members were like, you know, doing the dance good.
It was really well, you know, shot and directed, and aesthetics. You know, like, it was good. It's just that you didn't like it.
Right. To me, I'm like, okay, why is this the music video?
Yeah, I feel that way about a lot of music videos a lot of the time.
Yeah. So like, and I'm a fan of the boys, and so I feel bad for saying that, but like, it's just not what I would have done. And so But overall, the song is like another like the boys bop. It's the boys doing what they do best, making like fun, catchy summer. Like they're good at making summer bops, and so that's what lip gloss is. It really gets stuck in my head. But there's just some lines that I really don't like.
Plumping candy.
Yeah, I don't like that part. And should I talk about all the other stuff, or would you like to share your thoughts on lip gloss?
Okay, so I can talk about lip gloss real quick. I too did not enjoy the music video or the lyrics. I think I've said it before, maybe in a podcast episode, that, you know, why not just make a full Korean version, you know? people make all English versions of their songs. How about doing all Korean versions so I can't understand any of the lyrics? And then I'd be like, wow, great song. But when I understand what they're saying, I don't like it. That's just the fact of the matter. It's a little too cringy for me, but it's a very fun like song, you know, beat wise and stuff. And as for the music video, it was as it's opening and they're like in the car and stuff, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be great. You know, I loved their styling, like their hair and everything, you know, it was looking really great. And then they cut to the surfing scenes and I'm like, okay, you know, I was prepared for this. I saw the concept photos. But then they lost me when they did, and I know I've talked about this before with a previous group and concept that they had for a video. They lost me when they did the whole one girl, like a bajillion guys all like trying to get her attention, which is the same thing that one of the, what are they called, Boy Next Door videos had. And so yeah, all 11 members of the boys are trying to go after this one girl who's the only girl that exists on this beach apparently. And I just, you know, that's too much for me. It's too cringe. I literally like physically cringed the entire way through, and I know that seems so harsh to say, but like I would have done that with anyone's music video being that concept. It didn't have anything to do with it being the boys. It's just not a concept for me. Never has been. But I really, you know, otherwise the video looked great. And their styling, like the opposite of NINE.i, their styling, like makeup hair wise, I loved it. I thought everyone looked so great. But I didn't really like the, you know, sort of like Christmas, summer Christmas outfits that they had at the end. Didn't really like that styling. So their styling for me was bad, like more clothing wise. But song, great. Just they lost me with the concept, but it's nothing personal.
Yeah, let me actually swing back to the lip gloss music video for a moment to talk about just like why I said bad. And like we explained already, not really anything to do with the boys themselves or like the making of the video. Like you said, at the beginning it was fun. I was with them. And honestly, at the end, that was really fun when it picked up. But just exactly like you said, the whole one girl, 11 guys is stale. And I didn't expect that. And like, I just a little creepy. And I don't vibe with it. And yeah, the surfing scenes were too much. I don't vibe with that either. But like generally, it could have been worse. It's just not my thing.
Right.
So that's what I was saying.
And honestly, the whole surfing thing, maybe this is a little too much to say, but I believe that this possibly really kicked off the summer of abs. There's quite a few K-pop comebacks that we're going to be talking about that are going to follow along with this trend.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I must have just not paid attention to that.
It feels like, you know, Road to Kingdom when Tony had like the chains on and then everyone else was like, well, we can't be outdone. Like someone else show your abs.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be a similar situation to that because of the boys kicking this off. So that's a whole thing. And then also just, like side note, it was the concept for me, but also the like era of styling was just screaming Brady Bunch and Teen Beach Movie to me. And so like that also like added to the cringe for me. Like it literally looks like it's from the Brady Bunch. Like the filter and quality over the music video to me does not look current.
It really doesn't.
And
ever
like,
since you mentioned that, it just doesn't.
Like, it's fine to be retro, but it's just like it's reminding me of the Brady Bunch, which I think is cringe. No offense to all you Brady Bunch lovers out there.
Yeah, so that was lip gloss. I didn't really care for the styling either. Like, there were some hat choices I didn't agree with. There were some scarf and vest choices I didn't agree with. But anyway, I want to talk just quickly about Passion Fruit, because that was actually a subunit that they promoted a little bit of Hyunjae, Younghoon, Jiyeon, and Sunwoo. And so I saw a couple of the stages for that and like the performance video, and I wish I could have really enjoyed it more, but I didn't like the choreography, and I feel like the stages honestly lacked presence because it didn't seem like they were focusing on the song aspect at all, and they were only focused on the choreography, which I didn't like. And so I wanted to enjoy it because I like the song when I heard it, like I heard the album and then they promoted that, and so it just didn't line up with the way that I liked the song on the album.
Yeah, I checked out a Passion Fruit stage and I wrote down Passion Fruit in my notes, but I don't have any clue what I was gonna say about it. I think my thoughts must have been, you know, it was lacking. Like it was like why, you know, like with the performance, because I liked the song as well, but then when they did it on stage I was kind of just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was excited to hear that they were doing a subunit again, like because on their first full album they had subunit songs, but they didn't ever promote them at music shows. They did at like their concerts, and I really liked those songs, and I really liked this grouping of people for Passion Fruit, but like we just said already, you know. So other songs though on the album that I would like to direct people to are Fire Eyes and Fairy Tale. Fire Eyes I used as a Meowtro before, and it's just like a retro bop that reminds me of the BOYZ and Luna's collab stage. And then Fairy Tale almost has like a Survive the Night, Closer, or Horizon. Those are all songs by the BOYZ that I really love. Feeling to it. And yeah, overall I think that the album was really good, and it's maybe my favorite summer album from the BOYZ so far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the album. I only listened to some of the songs one time, but I liked the album, and overall I just felt like it had, it was sticking with that retro feel that the music video has. But I kind of thought it's like it was like their collab that they did with Luna, but also a little bit of a Harry Styles sort of era of retro sound. So if you like Harry Styles music, but you want something maybe a little bit like poppier,
okay,
then maybe this is for you.
Yeah. I would also just like to say that this is their second full album, but then it came out and I was like, what? And that's when I realized they're releasing their second full album in parts. So this is part 1 of the second album. And so part 1 is called Christmas in August. So overall, I'm like, more Christmas. If you're going to call it Christmas in August, there was not nearly enough Christmas aspect in like the title for me to be getting those Christmas vibes. And I want more promo. I want more group content on their YouTube channel, better choreography, honestly, and like more member acknowledgement for like the involvement that they did have on everything. But I think it's like a fun album, and it was overall good.
Yeah, I would love to see more from them, because I feel like they're not like a rookie group in any way. Like, it's not like they can't make good content. They can't do like more complex things, or they can't like contribute to things more, like any of that. Like, they're talented, they're good, like they should be getting more to do.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to SOMI.
Fast Forward, SOMI's title track. Does she have a like album, mini album, EP?
Yes, it's called Game Plan. It's an EP.
Okay. I did not get to listen to all the songs, but I did hear Fast Forward. And I did hear Gold, 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 but I don't know if we're going to talk about. Should we talk? We
Just
can talk
a little
about
bit.
that. Okay. Did you want to go first, Potato? What's your name? Pinecone. Did you want to go first, Pinecone, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So, SOMI, Fast Forward. SOMI has released some true bops in the past for me personally. Well, I always say for me personally, but because people get so upset, you know. I liked Dum Dum. Did I like any of SOMI's other songs? I said
Did you
bops,
like XOXO?
Not particularly.
Oh, okay.
Like, I didn't not like it, but I just, like, I didn't ever add it to a playlist or anything. Basically, I liked SOMI Dum Dum, but I really liked it. Like, I was like, this song is so good. Like, I listened to it all the time when it came out, and I wanted to, like, keep seeing the stages. And so I always, like, look towards her, you know, new releases to, like, ooh, is this going to be another one that I really like? And Fast Forward, I do really like. I think I still probably like Dum Dum more, but it's got a great, like, futuristic vibe while also simultaneously having a sort of, like, 90s, early 2000s, like, teen vibe. And I think the juxtaposition that she does is nice and it makes sense. And I personally like the song a lot more than the music video, which, like I said, happens often. The music video, it was a little too much for me in terms of the different, like, stylings that she had with how many different, like, big pop star icons it was reminding me of. Like, I feel like she reminded me of Lady Gaga. The song also reminds me of Lady Gaga. She reminded me of Miley Cyrus. She maybe kind of reminded me of Ariana Grande. And then right at the end, I thought it was maybe Madonna that she was reminding me of. Her little, like, plaid skirt with blonde, like, pokey hairdo style. But I'm thinking now it might be Gwen Stefani. Basically, just, like, I kind of thought the vibe of what she was going for was to look like a lot of, you know, icons. But, I don't know if that's really what she was doing, but, like, for me, that was just a little, like, I never really like those big, like, icon, you know, moments, like, when they do them. So I didn't really vibe with that part as much, but I still liked, like, the vibe of the music video, I guess, and the song, really catchy.
Okay. I definitely get what you're saying with the, like, pop influence, like the big name pop artists, and I thought that was, like, I liked those sounds, like the Lady Gaga aspect. I understand what you're saying with that, and I thought it sounded good. I liked the music video because, like, I liked the story of it. But I really enjoyed watching the stages because I like the choreography. It's just something different that I didn't really expect SOMI to do. And it's just overall such a bop. That's going to be a really overused word this episode maybe. But I'm sad it didn't really seem like it got the recognition it deserved, because I don't even know if it got a win. Maybe it did, but I don't know. But, like, I think maybe the general public didn't really like it as much as they liked, say, Dum Dum. But I think it's really good. I thought the styling was maybe a little lacking for the, like, most stages. Like, if she was gonna make it a little futuristic, it looked maybe a little too, like, sporty. Like, you know, the white outfit. that she had with like the lines.
Yeah.
Like I thought that could have been taken farther.
Okay.
But I liked the like young SOMI look
Yeah.
that she actually did on stage. I thought that was really neat that she actually dressed like that for a stage performance. So overall, I really like the title track.
Yeah, and I think like what SOMI seems to have been consistently doing a really good job of, maybe ever since around like Dum Dum time. I don't really think Birthday or What You Waiting For were really like that vibe, but maybe they were. But Dum Dum, XOXO, did she have another one?
Oh no. Dum Dum XOXO, What You Waiting For, Birthday. I think that's it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Dum Dum, XOXO, and then this Fast Forward one seem to be doing a very good job, I think, maybe, of like, they're like songs that I think younger girls would really like to like empower them or like make them feel good. Like I feel like we talked about not necessarily just Queendom and Allergy from Idol.
Queen Card.
Right. Queen Card and Allergy from Idol sort of maybe going for that vibe. But I think that SOMI's songs seem to do a better job of that. Like, I think SOMI's have a little bit more of, like, a wholesome quality to them, even though they can sometimes be kind of, like, dark or extreme with her portrayals in the music videos. But at the same time, it still seems kind of, like, childish and, like younger girls would relate to her, I guess. And, like, I think that really shows, too, with when she did that one performance where she was dressed like the young SOMI, and like also the main sort of like dance move is very like kind of almost like sloppy and carefree, while at the same time being like, you know, like try and be me, you know, like it's like, so I think she does a really good job with that concept.
Yeah. So to talk just about the other tracks a little, or like the other promoted track now is Gold Gold Gold. So the music video, I'll just share my thoughts on that real quick because I heard the album before she released the music video, and so just I was shocked by the thumbnail, honestly, and overall it's a little visually heavy for me and not my taste. But I'm like not really surprised to see this kind of concept coming from like the Black Label or like YG or even honestly SOMI. But like I think the song's really catchy, but I'm just like when they get the gold or the chains or the cars or like, you know, all that vibe, it's just not my thing. But I don't,
Yeah, I feel similarly. To me, I just was immediately like, okay, Gold 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 is Lisa's money. Like, they are, you know, like you need the little like shaking hands emoji.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of blocked out the rest. Like I definitely was actively watching it and thinking things in the moment, but I think I've since like told myself to forget them. After I like was just like, okay, this is like money. I think I thought something else about it too, but I don't remember what. Basically I was not here for that moment, but yeah, like I'm not surprised that she did it, but I also think like, you know, why'd she have to? Like, I think we could have just not had that song / music video. I guess that song would have that type of music video, I guess, maybe. But, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me.
Yeah. Well, just to kind of conclude on SOMI, I'd like to recommend a great B-side from her Game Plan EP. I'd recommend it to people that really enjoy the 80s sounding retro songs. Like, retro has been so big in K-pop for I feel like the past few years, and so the BOYZ were doing retro. NINEi's comeback was a bit retro, and The Way is the title of the SOMI song that I would like to recommend. But I was impressed that I liked SOMI's comeback so much, even though I have been enjoying her recent things, and that the album is like pretty good too.
Yeah, so I just, let me teensy clarify. I like SOMI's music video for Fast Forward, like the storyline parts, like the intro part, better than like the main big like featured icon, you know, sort of moment parts. But I get why those were there, like sound wise, they go well with those parts of the songs. But after we're done talking about SOMI, we need to move on. We're talking next about STAYC and their comeback with Bubble. And what did they have? Like anything else?
Just like their Teen Fresh album or like EP.
Oh, okay. Well, I've only heard Bubble.
Well, I would like to talk about Bubble. So I don't have a lot to say about their comeback besides the fact that it's really fun and I like it a lot. Like, I don't really have any qualms with Bubble specifically. I'll say now, to get it out of the way, that I think the B-sides on this album weren't that great. But I do think I added them, or like most of them. There aren't very many, but like they're not memorable like some of their other B-sides were on the first listen. But any of the comebacks from kind of like the second half of August, I didn't have time to listen to a whole lot, so I haven't really maybe given them enough of a chance, so maybe I'll take that comment back. But Bubble itself, I really like the choreography and like the actual sounds that are happening in the song. It's just like, you know, it's that fun STAYC vibe that I like. And so I do have a comment about the aesthetics of like the music video, but I'll hold that until after you discuss your thoughts. But I will share now my favorite choreography moments are the like bubble blowing part that happens at the chorus and the part at the end where they're holding hands and half of them are marching towards the other half, and how it's going with like the like that sound in the back that's like not STAYC, but it's like a hey, or like a, you know, I don't know how to describe that sound that's happening, but it happens a lot in the song. But it goes when they're doing that. I like when idol groups dance facing each other, like I think I've talked about before, and that happens there, so I like that part.
I knew you would say, when you were like saying what choreography parts that you liked, that you would say you like the bubble blowing part. But okay, Bubble. I think maybe at first I kind of said that I didn't really care about this song, like when you first showed it to me or when I first watched it. But I think it's really fun as well. It's very boppy. I'm actually liking it a good bit.
Cool.
And I kind of even thought at first that I didn't really like the choreography very much, but I think the choreography is very fitting. I think it really adds to like it's a very, very cute, fun song, and I think that like everything they did like surrounding that is good and adds to it and makes sense. Like I think I like it more than Teddy Bear, which also seemed like it should be like a cute song. But I think I'm liking the execution of Bubble better. And as for the styling, what I want to say is I actually really like how they're like, it's not like the styling is anything super special or crazy, but I like how it's not specifically like an era. Like it seems like it's just like cool or interesting clothing pieces that are fitting for the vibe of the song. And I feel like lately a lot of styling has just been like, look towards this era and like style people like that, you know, like do 2000s styling, do 70s styling, do 80s styling, you know, like I feel like we've been seeing that a lot often. And for a group to have come back with styling that's interesting and also that's not like specifically just like, you know, let's search up some pictures of a certain era and style them that way, I appreciate that. As for the music video, Once again, I'm going to say I'm not really liking the music video. I'd rather just see the song or stage performances, because the music video was just giving a little bit of like permission to dance for me, and I was not here for that. So far the music videos have been, overall letting me down a little bit for August, I think, but the songs have been great.
Yeah. I don't really, like, I totally get the permission to dance vibe, and that's not my thing. But I don't really have any problems with the music video. I kind of like it because of how it looks, even though I did not like how it looked at first. But it's such a vibe that I can only identify as Shrek, like, or old video game rendering, maybe, like, that picture of Hawaii and like the yellow poles, and how when the sun is at the certain spot and it looks fake like a video game. Yeah. Like, it looks like that sort of. And also in like the first Shrek movie, the kingdom, and how everything looks a certain way. That's just what this makes me think of so much. And ITZY's like teaser photos for Ringo, which didn't come out yet, they looked like that to me when I saw them too, with the apples. And I'm like, why do these look such a way? But I kind of like it, and I didn't think I would like all the orange in the Bubble music video and like their album in general, but it's really kind of a vibe. So I don't really have any problems with it.
Okay. Yeah, that is one thing that we have been getting as a through line is everything, all of these comebacks have been very stylized. Like, everyone's going strong with their concept. And so it's either just, do you like that or do you not like it? Like, is it a hit or a miss for you? Because they're all going so strong.
Yeah.
And so for Bubble, it was a hit for you. So that's good.
Yeah. Now we will talk about JIHYO's solo debut, JIHYO of Twice. She debuted as a solo artist, and if you're not like familiar with K-pop or something, she is still in Twice, just sometimes like members from the group will have their own solo content. So that's what she did for the first time ever, and yeah. So she had the title track, Killing Me Good.
Yeah. So I could talk about Killing Me Good real quick and just say that, not to compare it to Nayeon, but when Nayeon had her solo, like, she's the only other person that's had a solo debut in Twice, right? Yeah. So yeah, when she had hers with Pop, it was like super catchy poppy song. Everyone's gonna love it, of course. JIHYO's is a little bit maybe more like a smaller audience would like that type of music. It's not as mainstream, but I think it's so perfectly JIHYO, and I think everyone that loves JIHYO is going to be super hyped and super like here for this. I think she did a great job of really having her own like personality or like style of, performance and stuff being infused into this song and this performance and this styling and everything. So I don't personally care about this like type of music very much, but I think she did a fantastic job. And I actually really liked, like, my favorite thing about it was the styling. I think that she just like pulled off all of her looks really well, and yeah, I think she did a really good job.
I agree with everything that you are saying. It's kind of what I expected from JIHYO in terms of quality. Like, I knew she would deliver, and like I expected her to have that sort of style. It's honestly not really my style, but I can appreciate how good of a job she is doing. Like, her stages, you can just tell whenever she performs how much she's like enjoys being on stage, and her choreography I think is pretty good. I didn't really like the aesthetic or concept of the music video. We've like if you know what we've said about other things in the past, you could probably understand why. But just generally, I think she did a really good job for like her style too, for following it so well. I definitely expected that. I only like watched her perform it once though, I think, and I only listened to the album once, but there were some tracks that I added. The song Closer is a song that she performed as well, and I actually think I like this one more in terms of like sound of the song. I probably like the choreography of her title more, but I really like the sound of Closer.
Yeah, so I saw that she did Closer as well, so I checked it out, and the first one I checked out, I was a little disappointed because I thought, wow, this is really, really focused on the performance and the dancing, and there's like so much vocals and singing that's going on, but she's not even mouthing it. Like, it doesn't even seem like she's trying to sing it. But that was sort of like a little mini abridged performance, and then I found another one where it looked a little bit more, singing focused. But for that one, I just thought it was definitely more and more, giving more and more vibes, which is like her most iconic stage, right? Was when she performed more and more, and like she had a fan cam that like went crazy because she went crazy with more and more dancing. Like she always went like 150%. So I totally get like that's why she would bring that back. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you like a more and more type performance. And also I was getting a little bit of like Selena Gomez.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was like, JIHYO, this comeback is maybe a little Selena Gomez vibes. Some of certain eras of Selena Gomez. And so there's obviously nothing wrong with that. Like, everyone thinks Selena is an icon. So, and I feel like it makes a lot of sense for her to have like that sort of vibe for her stuff. I don't know if I necessarily liked Closer better. I think they were all pretty similar to me. And I didn't hear all the songs, but I heard snippets of them from her whatever album preview type thing where she sang them. Well, I mean, she just acted like she sang them, obviously. But yeah, I didn't really think that there was any that I felt I would want to add or check out extra, but that's just because it's not really my style of music. I don't even have any Twice songs really, besides I Can't Stop Me, I don't think. But yeah, no, I stand by. I think she did an excellent job.
Me too.
So yeah, that being said, let's move on to Aespa. They had the song Better Things, and once again, I don't ever know what else they had. The album? Anything?
No, I think that's it, because I think it's an English release.
Oh my, wait, that song's all in English? I don't think
I'm
I noticed
sure.
that. That's always a good sign. If there's a full English song that was released and I didn't realize or notice that it was full English, that is a good sign. So yeah, they had Better Things. Would you like to talk about it first, or would you like me to talk about it?
I'll share my thoughts. Honestly, I like it enough. Like, it's better than their songs like Girls or like Illusion. And like maybe even vibe-wise, I like it better than Spicy. But it's pretty repetitive. Like, there's not a whole lot going on, and like some of the lyrics are really not my vibe, especially near the end. But I like when they do the sort of fairy concept. It reminds me of the Dreams Come True era, which I was recently wishing that they did a concept like that again. And to me, this is like that concept, so that's cool. But since it was English, they only performed it like once, I think, or something like that. But I really liked the styling. And so that's like, I don't really have any problems with it other than like the actual lyrics and like general repetitiveness of it.
Yeah, I thought it was very repetitive, and it's just generally not my style of song that I would like. Like, I found it boring personally, but like, I think they did a good job. I too liked the styling, And I think it was very fitting. I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is Aespa's style. Like, this is so fitting for them. But then I'm like, wait, no, STAYC was really fitting for them because that's like, next level and stuff. So I think both of them, like, those are the two different sides of Aespa that are both very like, their concept is very like we're so much better than you that we're unreal sort of vibes. Like, that's what they're supposed to be, right? Like, they're not supposed to be real.
Yeah.
So I think they do a great job of that. And I like the styling, but I did think that the song was a bit repetitive. And so, yeah, I liked STAYC better, but there wasn't, like, I didn't dislike this one. Like, it was still, they did a good job.
Okay. I think now it's time to head on over to NCT. Is that correct?
Yep, it's about time.
Okay, everybody, buckle up. NCT released their 4th full group album, Golden Age, and if you are not familiar with NCT's concept, first of all, wow, that's a lot to unpack. You might want to go read up on NCT if you have no idea what we're getting into here, because it might be confusing that we're saying like full group album, but just NCT. I don't even know where to start. There were so many videos and so many units.
Yeah, I'd say why don't we go why don't we start with like the first one that was released video wise and go from there until we get to the title track, and then if you have anything else to say, we can say it after.
Okay, I don't really remember the order of the videos anymore, but I know that Golden Age was the first.
Oh no, I missed one. What the heck is Golden Age?
Golden Age is like the group one, like all of NCT.
Oh, no wonder. I was only seeing these subunits. Well, I didn't see Golden Age. You can talk about it though.
Okay.
I went straight to their channel. I think I went because one of theirs was on their channel, but then the other things were on like the SM channel. And so I went to the SM channel and like looked back as far to see the first one there. Okay.
Well, I will say that in Golden Age, I liked Renjun's parts. His voice is very standout. It's just like, his voice is really nice. I think I like Beautiful better, which is like an NCT like group song from one of the previous full albums. But I don't really know why they can't make more songs like this for the full NCT albums or like NCT as a whole, because it's like, it's like just a pretty sounding song, not like a hardcore sounding song. So,
NCT has 2 modes.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it though. So,
well, I don't have anything to say about it because I didn't see it, or if I saw it, I don't remember.
Right.
But so their next one was Kangaroo, correct?
Oh, okay. I don't remember the order, but
that was the first one that I saw.
Okay.
So Kangaroo, I have basically nothing to say about it. It was boring to me and irrelevant, and I know that sounds so mean, but I'm not an NCT fan or stan at all. So you gotta like let me just like I have
at
to
all.
At all. I gotta do the research because we're talking about them on the podcast, so obviously I'm gonna watch this stuff. But I'm not a fan, and so this wasn't anything special to me. So it'd have to be special for me to like it from NCT.
Okay, I want to preface everything I will say, even though it's not really like a disclaimer. I'm just saying. I think that maybe because of all of like the really good comebacks that I'm used to experiencing from NCT Dream, and like the dismissal of NCT Hollywood, like they canceled that decision, and like the lineup changes, and the end to the infinitely expanding concept, and like when I heard that there was going to be another Taeyong 10 song, they kind of, all those things made me like maybe have higher hopes for this album. I never was really like super hyped for the NCT full albums because of what was with the past ones. They just like, overall the aesthetic and vibe is not my style. I like NCT Dream's style of concept. So just getting that out of the way now. Kangaroo specifically, I think it's supposed to be seen as like cute and fun, but it kind of creeps me out and reminds me of EXO Coco Bop, which is like a bop, but I also kind of don't really like it at the same time. Like I don't like the concept or anything like else about it really. So just it, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so then, I don't know which one came next.
The bat, maybe?
I was gonna say, yeah, it might have been the darker one. Honestly, I'm gonna say it right now, all of these little individual ones, like the subunit ones, I don't have anything notable to say about them. To me, they were all either, like, too much for me, and so, therefore, like, it's a no for me, like, no thank you, I would rather not see that. Or they were like, okay, like, sure, I didn't care about it.
I think that it starts off good or like not bad, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this could go somewhere, and I'm like seeing and hearing Jano, and I'm like, okay, Jano, so true, and then like Jisung's part is good, and it's still going strong, but then like the chorus happens, and I just got so confused. I'm like, what does any of this mean? I don't understand the lyrics or the concept, so I was just confused.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I think I too was confused, and I kept like double checking the title, because I was like, is that like, what is, I was confused. And also I'll say, I thought that this one had the best chance of like being my favorite of the subunit ones, but if I had to pick a favorite, I actually think that it would be one we haven't talked about yet, so I'll say that when we get to it. Favorite is a strong word though. Basically, which one I would say was the best or the one that I could enjoy the most, it wouldn't be this one, even though you might think so based on the concept.
Is that the one we should talk about next? I think I know where you're going with it, but was there a different one we should talk about instead? Maybe Pado? Is that the next one?
I think that might be the next one, because I think that the one after that is the last one. Are there 4 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. No, I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about Pado. I don't have any comments really, besides I think Pentagon did it better, but we'll talk about that and it'll make sense in a minute. Well, not a minute, after we are done.
I don't, like, it seems crazy, but I literally watched all of these yesterday, like 24 hours ago. I only watched them once, but it was just yesterday, but I do not remember this one at all. I think I hated people's hairstyles, maybe, but other than that, I don't remember it.
Okay, well, then we don't need to talk about that. We can talk about Alley Oop.
Alley Oop. So this is the only one I've actually seen twice. And honestly, I would think if I was going to pick one, this one would be the best, which is shocking. Yeah. But song-wise, it gave me the most of like something. And the styling in the video was very, like NCT. I'm not surprised that they went that route, but like it's a little much for my eyes. But if we just boil it all down, I guess that one, sure, I'll take that one. If I'm ordering off the menu, I'll take that one. Alley-oop.
Yeah, I agree. It's not so bad. Like, it's kind of pretty fun. You just have to get past the fact that it's like a dumb concept, or like, not maybe I don't like dumb, but really, and like I don't know why there has to be a sports related song with like every NCT group album.
There has to be a sports one, and there like has to be something about cars or like vehicles of some kind.
Yeah, but it's catchy though. It does feel like a very sports event, and Jano and Jamin are in it, so like I have that to support, and Jisung's there too, and he's a Dream member. And like overall, I thought the combination of people in that one was pretty fresh. So yeah, I don't have like overall a problem with Alley-oop, I guess. I'll listen to it.
A quick question: were each of those videos like they were all kind of short?
Yeah.
Was that the whole song?
No.
Okay, so I never heard the whole song of any of those songs, just as like a fair, disclaimer. I only was going off of the video like song, but yeah.
Okay. Before we talk about like the main song, can I just talk about like the other ones real quick from the album? So Called D was the Taeyong 10 song that I talked about, like finding out that they were going to do another one of those. I wanted that like fresh, classy, iconic, tasteful, flawlessly executed bop that is Baby Don't Stop, but that's not really what I got. But like there weren't really any memorable parts on the first listen, but it wasn't really a bad listen either. I was just like, oh, this is like, I finally got what I wanted, and this is it. But like now I've heard it a couple times and I do like it, but I really wish there was a performance video for it. So maybe there will be one of those and it will be really good. I don't know. But like at first I didn't like it, but now I do. But it's not at the level that Baby Don't Stop is at.
They've surely got to give you a performance of that, because I'm sure they knew how iconic Baby Don't Stop was, and so they can't just like give the people that pairing again and not give a performance for it.
Right. So the other tracks, Not Your Fault, Sounds Like Christmas, which is like nice. Renjun and Ten's voices are like really pretty to have in one song together. There was the interlude Oasis, and I was like, oh, okay, so Chunla and Jaemin are in NCT, because I feel like they were barely in anything, and that's not fair. I actually like this one. I think it's pretty good. It's giving NCT 127 like Mad Dog, Sit Down, and what's that other one?
I don't know, man.
A Misfit. It's like, it's giving those in a way. It's kind of creepy and like haunting, like Ives Hypnosis, if you're familiar with that song, like vibe wise. And Jano and 10 is a combination that honestly we need more. So That's Not Fair is maybe my favorite one. I'm not sure.
I kept thinking that you were saying that it's not fair. Okay, so is it time to talk about baggy jeans now?
It is time to talk about baggy jeans.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I would like you to go first, please.
Okay. So, their title track, Baggy Jeans, that's what we're calling it, right? It's a title track?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so immediately from the start, the way the music video starts was a bit shocking and a bit much for me, with the jeans and the CGI jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered the video.
Yeah. And so the parts that really got me for the music video, and this has not got me in a good way, were the like full CGI jeans, like just like the pairs of baggy jeans without a person in them that were dancing. That was yeah. When Mark says "yeah, boy." Yeah. And then also when someone, I don't remember who, bites the pool ball as if it's an apple.
Oh, I missed that part.
Oh, well, that's probably for the best. So overall, we already said I'm not a fan of NCT's stuff usually. It's a bit much for me, and this fell into that category heavily. Also, the lyrics, baggy jeans, and then maybe tonal shift, baggy jeans. Like, I was not here for any of it. I understand that some people will be, cheering for this sort of concept, but I'm not one of those people. I just have to simply pass on this and say it was not for me. Baggy jeans, and I love baggy jeans. Like, I've been so here for people wearing baggy jeans in recent times. I'm like, yes, I love all of these looks. But yeah, no, the song, baggy jeans, and the music video, not for me.
Okay, so yeah, baggy jeans. Maybe you think that I am somebody who will like everything, and you're wondering, what kind of thing does Pinecone not like? Like, what's not Pinecone's taste? I'm going to direct you to the baggy jeans music video, because I really, pretty much everything going on is something that's not my style at all. The song itself isn't really my style either. Maybe it's like a little catchy or something. I don't really know yet, because honestly I've avoided this. But like, everything that you said, that it was very shocking when I started playing the music video. I was like, okay, I will watch it, even though I can tell by the styling I don't think it's gonna be my vibe. And then I clicked in and I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then I clicked out and I was like, I don't think I'm ready yet. Once I saw the CGI pants and the like Taeyong doing a rosé. And so like I wasn't ready. And then I went back to it. And yeah, I don't think I could have ever been ready for that. You need to see the CGI pants though. Like the ones without the people inside. That was something else. I've never seen anything really like that, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah. I do have thoughts about the album overall, though.
Okay, what are those?
It's honestly, you kept saying you weren't getting anything really from like all the archiving videos or whatever. I totally agree and get where you're coming from, because it's like, I feel like this time we didn't really get anything super memorable, or at least like there's definitely memorable stuff, but it's stuff I'd rather not remember maybe.
Right.
But like, I feel like this time it just wasn't promoted well. Okay. And it's like, it's missing that iconic moment. Like, there's no Baby Don't Stop. There's no even like 90s Love or Make a Wish. Like, those were two really iconic ones that people loved. Even like Beautiful or Black on Black, like or Boss. Like, I feel like there needs to be that iconic moment or standout member even, but it's like, whose era is it? Who is like giving something? And I appreciate that 10 really seems to be involved a lot. Because for a while, it was like, we desperately just wanted 10 to still, like, be allowed to do stuff. Or, like, have a group or something, anything. So I appreciate that. But I feel like there's so many members that are almost, like, not in anything at all.
Okay. I don't have the best, like, gauge of that, because I didn't even see that, like, gold one that had supposedly everyone in it, you know. I just saw a lot of subunit stuff, so it's hard for me to tell how much people were in stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think maybe they just went as hard as they possibly could with baggy jeans concept, thinking that would be iconic, and it probably is for some people. But
yeah, it probably is for some people. And if, like, you know, if you like baggy jeans, like, that's your thing, like, cool, but it's just not my style at all. I would like to just summarize, though, I guess, and say that the songs that I actually like, or that, you know, I could listen to, are like That's Not Fair, Alley Oop I'll listen to, Called D, and then like Golden Age and Oasis are not really like offensive, but it's also kind of like, Not Your Fault, I guess. They're kind of just ones that I wouldn't really listen to all the time. Okay,
well, NCT fans, please kindly understand that it's just not our taste, and we're going to be moving on.
Yeah, check out some of our like NCT Dream stuff, times we talk about that, or even Devin had good stuff to say about Perfume. So go find those episodes where we talk about other units.
Yeah, just not NCT mainstream.
Yeah.
But we're going to be moving on now to 17. They had a song, Japanese release. I don't remember what it's called.
They had actually a like full Japanese album, except it was a like best of album. So it was called Always Yours, and they had like it was the new song Ima, which means now in Japanese, and it's called Ima Even If the World Ends Tomorrow. So there was a music video for that song, but all of the other songs on the album were Japanese songs that 17 had released in the past, along with Japanese versions of Korean songs, which had already like the Korean version had obviously been released, but also the Japanese versions of those songs had been released. So it was like the best of those songs. So how did you feel about the music video for Even If the World Ends Tomorrow?
I thought it was sad.
Okay.
I thought like the imagery was just very like heavy, honestly. And maybe it's supposed to have like an uplifting message, but I didn't, understand what they were saying. And so to me, it just seemed kind of like, oh, okay, this is what's happening now. Like it was a little sad to me.
I thought it was amazing. I thought it was just so good. Like, just like the song is so good too. I just really appreciate that 17 is still being 17. I love that they're staying true to their brand and their style, even with like Japanese releases or even with their English release, Darling. They just have a really good grasp, it seems, to like what the fans enjoy as well, and like what they can do really well. But I mean, they can do a lot of different things really well because the album has a lot of different styles to it. Like they have the Japanese versions of Run to You and like Together and Highlight, which have an anime sort of sound, but then there's also like the soft, pretty songs like this title track, and then Fallen Flower and Not Alone. And I like how the music videos lately have really been telling a story, like their comeback that they had earlier this year. The music videos were really story-based or like message-based, and the aesthetics were good too. I like the way that they look, so I just really liked it.
I think 17 has been putting HYBE's money to really good use for their music videos, because it seems like HYBE groups either absolutely waste their budget on making something that looks like it was filmed in LA, or they're 17 and they continue to make like what we would expect from 17, but the budget can just keep going up.
Yeah. I just like 17 has always had this youthful feeling and like high teen feeling, and so it's like they're sticking with that, but they're kind of also like, hey, like let's take a look at things, and like kind of like they seem to be very aware but also still very 17.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So it's like that's it, right?
Yeah.
We should move on to the last group we're talking about today, Pentagon. Stan Pentagon.
So did you want to talk about it first, or would you like me to talk about it? And what are we talking about first? The song or the or the other songs?
Let's talk about the music video for Pado, because they released like 17. It was a Japanese comeback or like release, so they released their EP and they had a music video for Pado, and then in parentheses, Wave to Me.
Okay, so before I get too far into it, I have to bring back up the Summer of Abs, because I forgot that I had, I'd been talking about that, and because I forgot one of the abs. Blocked it out.
Oh.
Yes. So obviously this is a very beachy song as well, like Lip Gloss was. So Tony and maybe somebody else, I don't know. Yeah. There's an ab reveal, right? Because there's pool.
Yeah, I think like Yawan.
Okay. But in addition to that, I forgot to mention Taeyong, I believe, right?
I don't remember. I remember everybody at some point was
was it everybody?
It wasn't abs, but like
right. They were turned around.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was
that.
everyone or if those were backup dancers, and I was like, I'm not rewinding to find out. But yeah, what's that song called? The Porsche one. Two Baddies.
Oh, right.
In Two Baddies, they like sort of,
that moment.
They were working up to it by having the like black lit like body paint moment. But now they turned the black light off and put the real lights on, and they took the body paint off. And it was definitely a bit of a jump scare. So this is the third with Pentagon now of the abs for the summer. Okay. So that's why I say summer of abs. Just as a side note, like I said, it felt like the Road to Kingdom sort of competition almost was happening. But that aside, Pentagon Pado, which I'm a little, maybe this isn't the time to ask this question, but I'm a little curious. Why do groups keep calling it Pado? Like in English?
I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know.
It's not. Okay.
It's so, it bothers me when groups do that because I'm like, if I don't know the word, or sometimes even if I do know like the Korean word, I'm like, is this an English word that I have no idea what it means? Or like, is this like a reference to some sort of mythology? Or like, I can't tell sometimes when it's a Korean word or not because it's so unfamiliar looking.
Right. Yeah, I find it interesting because it's like, why didn't you just translate it? Like, why are you leaving it the Korean, but like you're writing it in English?
Yeah.
And I'm like, both groups did that.
Yeah.
So, well, anyway, I really liked this song. Like, it's not my favorite Pentagon song or anything, but I really liked the vibes. I really liked I think the music video did such a good job at conveying the like temperature and humidity of the time. I really felt like it was hot and it was humid, and like it was like that you had that summery feeling without it being really, because I think another song recently that did a good job at that is ITZY None of My Business.
Yeah.
But that one is very bright and sunny, and they like are laying about as if they're like, oh, I'm so hot. Yeah. This one, they did not do that. This one had a very sort of like almost sunset hue to it overall. So it's not like it was really sunny and it looked hot, but like for some reason I still think it conveyed that with like the tones that they used. I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I really liked it. I think they did a great job once again.
Me too. I thought it was really, really good. I love it. I think like I love the song. I think the video is really fun too. It's just so good to see Pentagon as Pentagon, except I really, really wish Yeon was in it. Obviously, I'm not going to avoid saying that, but like I just like that fun concept, and when it's like, you know, natural fun concept, and like the happiness video at the end kind of gets like that, so I thought it was really good, and I love the song.
So the next song, like if we go on their album and we talk about the songs, the next song is Loop, with the OO as the infinity symbol, and all I really have to say about that is Loop.
Yeah. It's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot to say about the songs because it's so recent, but I have honestly been listening to this EP a lot because I think all the songs are really good. I guess I'll just go on to say that they released the August version, and I love that they did that to like include Hui in it, but you know, I have to say about Yeon, like it would have been nice if the August version could have had all of the members, aka Hui and Yeon, being added into it, but hey, you know, it's still cool that they did that because it was such a recent release anyway.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked that it didn't sound like, oh, the song sounds so different now. It just sounded honestly even more Pentagon.
Yeah.
And so then next they had Billie Jean. Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
This song, I was like, when I saw the name, I was like, oh, is it going to sound like Billie Jean? Like, I was wondering. And I don't really know how much it sounded like Billie Jean.
I don't think it sounded like Billie Jean.
Yeah, but it had retro vibes. I thought it was fun also. And just something I will mention, overall, a trend that I feel like I'm seeing, because retro has been so popular once again lately, but I feel like it's interesting to see, it kind of feels to me like boy groups retro is going more like 70s 80s, and like girl groups technically are doing like kind of retro as well, but they're in like the 90s 2000s.
Yes.
And I think that's interesting that it's like boy groups kind of have one distinct like era that they've been trending to nowadays, and then girl groups have another.
Yeah. I think that I was a little thrown off by the title. I was like, they're gonna have a song called Billie Jean, but like it definitely is like an 80s sounding bop. I think it's really cool, and this is like a song that JIHYO made, so it's like a JIHYO bop.
Okay.
Yeah. The last track on their EP is called Made in Heaven. I would like to talk about this one because I think it's really good. It has those spring snow vibes.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
It reminds me of Woods too. I Hate You. You know, Woods, I Hate You, that song.
Okay.
And like Kino and Woods were friends, so like that's fun. Just Pentagon does like the band sound so well, and it reminds us of, you know, the good times with spring snow.
Yeah, that's really my main thing I was going to say about it, is I was like, oh, okay. I kept thinking, where's this like guitar sound? Like, where have I heard it before? What other Pentagon song? And yeah, spring snow. So yeah, all around, I don't think there were any misses on the album. I think they were all nice to listen to.
Me too. It just, like, Pentagon's always delivering. I love that the members are like even involved with making their Japanese tracks, and like they're involved in every single track, and there's barely anyone else working on it with them too. So that's just really cool. And just say it with me. Stan Pentagon. Well,
those are all the comebacks we have to talk about today. And
finally we made it.
Yeah, it was a long one, but we got through. Interesting to see that overall it seems like for the most part I enjoyed them. I feel like,
yeah, me too.
I feel like usually, or at least recently, when we do a major like comeback of the month episode, most of them like, it wasn't really my style. I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
And these ones, while I didn't really like any of the music videos besides the Pado one, I did like the songs. So yeah, good.
Yeah, I hope I wasn't focusing too much on like the negative aspects of the things like that I didn't like about them, because overall I really enjoyed the August comebacks. I thought there was a lot of, like, I thought the music was really good.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and leave a comment and tell us which August K-pop comeback was your favorite, and please treat us kindly. If you enjoyed the video, you can like it on YouTube and subscribe to BlushCat on YouTube and turn on notifications so that you can stay tuned and not miss out on whatever comes next.
And let's all collectively look forward to the comebacks that are going to be happening this fall. We're about to switch into a whole new vibe and genre, you know, out of the summer into the fall. So that'll be interesting.
Very true. You can also be sure to check out the new playlists that are going to be coming on the BlushCat Spotify and the recent BlushCat School playlist. So if you want songs that have sort of, I curated that playlist with the vibe of like a school high teen K-drama, and it's got like nostalgic vibes. I didn't specifically put every like K-pop song that has a school concept, but I just got songs that kind of remind me of like a school K-drama, or there's some songs that are slower. There's a couple of rock sounding stronger songs in there too, but most of them are like upbeat, cheerful songs, I think. And just, you can go ahead and listen to that if you want. And yeah, let's look forward to all the comebacks that are going to be happening soon.
Yes, and you can use the camping BlushCat playlist to help transition from the summer to fall as well, because that's, it's got those vibes.
Yes,
so
that's true.
You can transition to your first day back at school or your time through summer to fall. Both playlists are working.
Yes, so we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for listening. This has been Pinecone.
And me. Bye.
Meow, 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 meow.